Hello, fifth graders. We are going to continue today with our Civil War unit. We are focused on lesson 6, which centers around the big question of why did they fight? So, fifth graders, today I want you to be able to analyze primary source quotes about why people fought in the Civil War. And then also, I want you to be able to evaluate reasons for fighting, and then finally, write your opinion. So, when we think about why did people fight in the Civil War? We know, as we talked about in class, we discussed the issue of slavery, the issue of homesteads, and of course, the issue of the railroads. In addition, we can also think about beyond homesteading, people also fought to protect their lands. In addition, some people fought to win, to conquer others. And then, of course, there was a big need for gaining independence. This also occurred in the Revolutionary War, the Civil War and the Revolutionary War. So now I want you to think about in your portfolio that you took home with you, we have some handouts that are going to be really helpful as we work through this lesson. On side A for lesson 7, the title is Why Did They Fight? Now, fifth graders, this is a primary source document that includes quotes from people in the North and people in the South, helping us understand their motives, their reasons for fighting. And what you're going to do is read the quote, and then above it, I want you to write a hashtag with 1 to 3 words summing up the reason for fighting. So, for example, if we look at the Northerner side, the first quote here says, "As he died to make men holy, let us die to make men free." This part right here, "make men free," the quote by Julia Ward Howe, an abolitionist in 1862, helps us understand the motive for fighting here is all about freedom. So I would just write right up here a hashtag and then the word freedom. Hashtag freedom. Write it right there. Let's take a look at the Southerner side. This first quote is said by Robert E. Lee, who we know was the Confederate general, 1861. And Robert E. Lee says, "If the Union is dissolved, I shall return to my native state and share miseries of my people, and save in defense will draw my sword on none." Here's a big word right here. This word, defense, helps us understand Robert E. Lee's motive of self-defense. So I would write a hashtag right up here with self-defense in that space. Please do the same. Read through these primary source quotes. Come up with 1 to 3 words to fill in as a summary at the top to understand why they fought. Side B, you're going to flip over, and in the box, you're just going to take those hashtag words, take off the hashtag, and just write a list of reasons that you read about from side A. You're going to look at freedom and self-defense and the other ones that you come up with to rank those reasons in order from the best, number 1, down to the worst, number 7. Note, fifth graders, this is your opinion. There's not a right or wrong answer, but you're going to analyze your thoughts on what makes the best reason to fight and what makes the worst reason to fight. Then you're going to do some explaining and thinking about your answers down here in number 3, 4, and 5. Then you're going to go on to the next sheet, side C. This is the important part. This is all important, of course, but this is the part that is going to be assessed. So it says, would you ever go to war? In 1 to 3 paragraphs, explain what you consider worth fighting for. Support your claim with reasons. Now, those reasons, the support can come from those primary source quotes that you gathered on side A. That's going to help make your reasoning really strong. Now, fifth graders, I will read to you what I wrote just to give you an idea. Now, of course, you cannot use this. It's just as an idea, an example for you to go with. So a really short 1-paragraph essay that I wrote says this: I consider myself a peaceful person, and I would not fight in most wars. However, I could see myself fighting in a defensive war, especially if I was protecting my family and community from an enemy. Another reason I would fight is if I was protecting my natural rights. An example of this is the War for Independence from Great Britain, the Revolutionary War. I do not think